Have you ever watched an English movie and wondered, wait, was that really English? You know English. You understand your English teacher. You can read English. But when native speakers start talking to each other, everything suddenly sounds too fast. You recognize many of the words, but somehow, you still can't understand the whole sentence. Don't worry, this happens to almost every English learner. The good news is that listening is a skill. And like every skill, you can improve it with the right practice. In this lesson, I'll share 5 practical ways to help you understand native English speakers more easily. These tips are simple, effective, and you can start using them today. But before we begin, here's something very important. You do not need to understand every single word. Many learners believe they must hear every word perfectly. Actually, that's one of the biggest mistakes. So let's start with our first tip. Tip number 1. Stop trying to hear every word. Imagine someone says, I went to the store after work because I needed some milk. What usually happens? Your brain starts chasing every word. I went to the store. But while you're still thinking about one word, the speaker has already said the next 5. And suddenly, you're lost. Instead of listening for every word, listen for the important words. Let's hear the sentence again. I went to the store after work because I needed some milk. Did you notice those keywords? Store, work, milk. Even if you miss some small words, you can still understand the message. Someone went to the store after work to buy milk. That's enough to understand what happened. When people speak naturally, not every word is equally important. Some words carry the main meaning, while others simply connect the sentence together. So the next time you listen to English, don't panic when you miss a word. Stay calm, keep listening. Ask yourself, what are the key words? Focus on the message, not every single word. Here's a simple exercise you can try today. Choose one short English sentence. Listen only once, then stop. Ask yourself, what 3 or 4 words did I hear clearly? Start from those words. You may understand much more than you expect. And now, let's move on to our second tip. Learn how words connect. English words don't always sound the same in a sentence as they do by themselves. For example, what are you doing? You may expect to hear 4 clear words, but native speakers often connect them together. This is called connected speech. The same happens with pick it up and turn it off. You already know the words. Your brain is simply waiting to hear them separately. So don't train only with your eyes. Train your ears. Listen to complete sentences again and again until connected speech feels natural. Now let's move to tip number 3. Learn to recognize common reduced forms. Listen to these 2 sentences. I'm going to call you. I'm gonna call you. They have the same meaning. In spoken English, going to often becomes gonna, and want to often becomes wanna. For example, do you want to come? You don't need to use these words in formal writing, but you should recognize them when people speak. The more often you hear these reductions, the easier they become to understand. Now, tip number 4, practice with short clips. Instead of watching a whole movie, choose a clip that's only 5 to 10 seconds long. First, listen without subtitles. Then, listen again and catch a few more words. Next, check the subtitles. Finally, listen one more time without subtitles. You'll be surprised how much clearer the sentence sounds, because now your brain knows what to listen for. Remember this simple routine. Listen, repeat, check, listen again. Finally, tip number 5. Try shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a sentence, then copying the speaker. Don't copy only the words. Copy the rhythm, the stress, and the pronunciation. For example, what are you doing? Now you say it. Or, I'm gonna call you later. Now you try. You don't need to sound perfect. The goal is to train your ears and your mouth together. Practice for just 5 minutes a day. Start with easy English. Then slowly move to faster, more natural English. Now, let's test your listening. Listen carefully. What do you want to do? Did you catch it? Let's hear it again. What do you want to do? The answer is, what do you want to do? You probably know every word, but in fast English, those words blend together. That's why native English can sound difficult. The problem isn't always your vocabulary. Sometimes your ears just need more practice. And the good news is, you can train that skill. Now let's quickly review. Number 1. Don't try to hear every word. Focus on the keywords. Number 2. Learn connected speech. Words often flow together. Number 3. Recognize common reduced forms, like gonna and wanna. Number 4. Practice with short clips. Listen, repeat, check. Listen again. And number 5. Try shadowing. Copy the speaker's rhythm, stress, and pronunciation. You don't have to practice everything today. Just start small. Choose one short English clip. Practice for 5 or 10 minutes. Do it every day. Soon, English that once sounded too fast will become much easier to understand. Before you go, I have one question for you. What is the hardest part of listening to English? Fast speech, connected words, or reduced sounds? Tell me in the comments. If you found this lesson helpful, please like this video, subscribe to Easy English with KT, and turn on the notification bell for more easy English lessons. Thank you so much for watching. Keep learning, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next Easy English with KT lesson.